Been here for how long now?
10 years, and we love living here, and it reminds us very much of Australia, reminds us very much of Queensland. So we've sort of made our home here, and we can be central at the same time to most show business centres, you know.
What was it that made you come here in the first instance?
Well, the Clapton album.
Eric Clapton had made...
we had to get away,
No, it wasn't because of that.
Yes.
Now, Eric made an album here called 461 Ocean Boulevard, which was a place he rented, and that was the actual address, and he called the album after the address. And we found out the two ladies cooked and looked after the house, and you could rent these houses and record in the studio called Criteria in North Miami. So we tried it out with the main course album, and it was wonderful, great experience. You know, it was nice to get up in the morning and get some sun, and then go in the studio and relax and work. You know, it was just a great experience.
You still spend a fair bit of time, and well, you all spend time in London, but Robin more so than the others.
Well, I've got 2 kids living over there at the moment, and I have to be there a little bit more frequently. And but we all have places over there, and it enables us to be stimulated by the music scene both there and here.
We're going to take you back a little further now, back to...
Go on then.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Way back. This is when you guys are that tall and you're a little bit taller.
Knee high to a jockstrap, yeah.
Have a look at this. Well, there you go, guys. Times have certainly changed a little bit since then.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, have a little bit, yeah.
Your 25th album. I mean, that's a lot of records.
Apparently. Depends where you start counting, but I guess it is,
In fact, we were quite shocked when we were told we haven't been counting. You know, we just love to make records, you know, so we
didn't know.
We didn't really know.
But I guess it is.
ESP is a great record.
Oh, thank you.
It's getting fantastic reaction already in England, but we were saying that Win Again has sold 30,000 copies today.
Yeah,
one day. Yeah, well, we're getting tremendous reaction on the album and the single all over Europe. So it's a wonderful start. You know, we now have a base.
And of course, You Win Again's number 6 in England this week.
That's fantastic.
22-6.
When you finished the record, did you predict it was going to happen so quickly for the single?
I think we knew we had a commercial single on our hands,
I think we've always been aware of that, no matter who we've done.
I think our question was, who is really going to allow us to forget anything to do with the fever thing, you know, which gave us a saturation situation. So it's starting to happen, which is amazing.
People Europe's taking the lead, and Europe has always been, or especially Great Britain as well, has always been a country where they judge the record for what it is and not what.
I think the rest of the world is like that. Australia is like that too. They judge a record on exactly what the record is, not the image of the artist. And in America, I'm afraid they have a few problems.
I think because of all of the recent years of the MTV cable thing over here, where there's been very image orientated, and they've got into this image thing where they don't listen to the record anymore, they evaluate the image, and they don't listen to the music, because the music to us dictates the image at the end of the day. What the record is what your image is going to be. And I think they've got very, very video obsessed, although we like videos and we make videos. But it's that video machinery that's upsetting America a little
But it's
bit.
coming, it's coming.
It sounds like a perfect cue to roll the video.
Yeah.
It does,
Here's the Bee Gees. You Win Again. Our special guests on MTV tonight are the Bee Gees. Guys, it's 6 years since the last Bee Gees album.
Yes.
Can you give us a quick potted history of some of the highlights of those 6 years?
Would you like to take the first pot?
First part, thank you. Yes, what we did was we really went to work on trying to broaden our songwriting and making it stronger if possible. And in doing that, we decided to work with write for other artists and produce them. And it's worked very well for us. We have pretty much an unbroken record of working with outside artists, whether it's Streisand, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, Dionne Warwick, Diana Ross. They've all been very good for us, and it's broadened our songwriting to us a lot. So, but I think that probably one of the highest moments for us was Chain Reaction in Europe and Australia, places like that where it did exceptionally well. Particularly Australia, because it's where we come from, and it's nice to see it do something like that.
We had such a saturation point at the coming off of that, of our records being played all the time, and it was just something that we wanted to do by expanding the songwriting and taking sort of rest away from hearing us all over the radio. I mean, it was a saturation point.
Just
that got quite
not
scary.
being the Bee Gees for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But
Okay.
Hey, do you want to look anywhere?
Let's, why don't we look
down here?
why don't we look right down there and have a look at Diana Ross
Sure.
with the Chain Reaction.
Yeah, that's her on the floor.
Yeah. On the merry-go-round again, all this publicity and talk of a world tour and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. In a way, it feels like we've opened the door again, and as you said before, let the world back in. You know, because for the past, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
He said it.
Did you have let the world back in?
For the past 6 years, life has been relatively quiet apart from our outside work with other artists. So we've been sort of bringing up our kids and generally sort of being normal people for a little while.
Which is very difficult.
And which is very difficult, especially in Robin's case.
Yeah.
But we're back into the sort of silly syndrome again, and we're okay. We're enjoying it, and we're ready to work. We're ready to go.
Is it a sort of a daunting thought, planning a world tour, planning all those months on the road and various hotels and
We're
hours?
very excited about doing it.
But it is still a daunting thought.
It is a daunting thought. Very daunting. As daunting goes, it's pretty daunting.
As daunting goes, it's probably the dauntiest.
Yeah.
Where's the world tour? Is literally that? You're going everywhere?
Yes, in Daunting.
We open in daunting.
We're daunting on time.
Daunting, Ohio. Yeah.
We open Europe in May, and then probably by about July we'll be going to Australia and all the Far East, New Zealand, and all those areas, and then America after that. We thought we'd leave America to the last.
Well, you really hung up on the American thing at the moment. I mean, is
Why would you say that? Why would you?
Is America the market? This the most important?
What, is America the most important? No, I don't think America's the most important. I think wherever the heat is,
Wherever it comes from.
is important to us. Europe is probably a bigger market to us than America. And in fact, Europe has made a dream come true for us. They've given us back the respect that we had before Fever, which is very special to us.
But it's going to happen in the States, it's just going to take a little longer, that's all.
Yeah, they're the first to give it back to us, and it's wonderful.
All right, we're talking about working. Let's go with Mr. Mick Jagger.
Michael.
You know Michael well?
Yeah, no, Mick.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Mick
Daunting.
Mick Daunting.
Daunting and
Let's jerk.
Les Jagger.
Let's do it. Michael Jackson, who we were talking about off camera, which is possibly just as
No,
well.
he's not related.
It's said that he'll never work with his brothers again.
Or us.
All right.
What he said was, I'll never work with the brothers again.
Yes. Yeah.
I always get that muddled
You
up.
probably heard it secondhand.
You've done a bit of work with Michael.
Yes, we have. We've written with Michael, and he did one song with us for the Diana Ross album, and he sang on the song also. And Michael's, there are two sides to Michael. Obviously, it's not quite as crazy as people think he is, and he's smart about his career. He likes to come up with ideas that attract everyone's attention, and I think that's probably where some of the strange publicity has come from. I believe he's just finishing touring, or touring.
He's about to tour
part of the world
Australia.
right now. Yeah. No, I don't. First of all, none of us really believe that he won't work with his brothers again. I mean, those things just get taken out of context, you know. He's a terrific family person. He's not that kind. He's not that type at all. So I wouldn't accept that.
he found himself in a similar position to you, I guess, in that a huge selling album, and obviously you know.
I think it's one of the reasons we became good friends is because we definitely share one incident in our lives that we can relate to together. We talk about it quite often, and we have something in common regarding our new album and his new album, in that we're both trying to prove something. He's trying to prove that he can follow up Thriller, in his way, and we're trying to prove that the Bee Gees are as good as they ever were 6 years later. So there's something to relate to between us.
See, I personally think Michael Jackson's going to do what we did. I think after this album, you're not going to hear from Michael.
He's going to be quiet for a while, yeah.
You know, and I think that's what he's going to want to do, and I think he's going to need to do it.
Yeah.
Do you like Bad?
It's personal opinion. I think everybody's got their own ideas of the album, the same as I.
Well, I don't think it's as commercial as
Thriller.
But there are some very interesting tracks on it, the kind of things that Michael's fans would really love. And put it this way, where else do you think Michael would have gone? This is the right kind of music for a follow-up. So, I mean, I think the greatest surprises will come from the next album.
Yeah.
But the sound album is a good album.
Good stuff. All right, let's roll Michael Jackson, Bad. To finish making a record and give the record to some video director and let him then interpret the whole
first
thing.
of all, it's painful.
Not on his own. We should never let him do it on his own.
No, it's painful because when you write a song, there's no question that when we write a song, we have an absolute visual picture of the song. It's a vision. It's either a play or it's a situation, whether it's a love story or a love lost. So you have your own little vision, and then a director comes along that you choose, and they do a video that has nothing to do with the song whatsoever, and you can't figure out why they did what they did, and you don't have that much control. So you end up in a sort of a depression.
But you can sack him.
You know.
But it's
you're so far down the line that you can't really stop the video because
Especially if you have a time.
The record company say we're going to release it next week on Tuesday or something.
It costs 200 grand even if you don't like it, so it's got to go out. You're running great risk. So for the artist, it's difficult.
And then it comes out, the record does, and then the record company says, "Tough video, terrible video. You should have got."
So it's a double standard all the time.
So it's kind of out of your control, that area.
It can get out of your control.
No, not anymore. No, it hasn't been for the first one.
Not for this one, no. And as it happens, this video is a good video and it relates to the song and it's worked great. But you really have to stay on top of it as the artist, and the director doesn't really like you staying on top of it.
Yeah, we're just talking in general now.
Yeah. So you have this, when the artist and the director of the videos get closer together, I think you're going to get better videos. Until that happens...
I mean, we're not saying sleep with them. You know, we're not saying sleep with the director.
Well, it depends.
Unless, of course, he's really attractive. And
everything, it's all relative.
Oh, let's
I
go
want to sleep with your relative.
we got two pretty hot videos. Let's do a Peter Gabriel video.
Yeah, okay.
And before that, we got a great Bee Gees video. Spicks and Specks, what year?
Oh my God.
If we do you mean you have a video for Spicks and Specks?
Sure we do.
I know which one it is too, it's terrible.
No, it's the one in the bloody plane hanger, isn't
No, the one with the paisley pants. Oh yeah, the one on the airplane hanger.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This is videos from way back, folks.
Wasn't our fault.
Vortex video.
We were just growing
Time
up.
for the Vortex video on the hour.
Time for a direct video.
New management, new record company, it's sort of like it's a new era.
Fresh air, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It was one thing we all decided we would do. You know, it was started off that we've always wanted to be with Warner's for quite some time. It wasn't an overnight decision, particularly with them. And we've known Mo Austin for some years, who's the chairman of Warner's, and he's always had the same respect for us that we've had for them, and believe in what we're doing. So it was good to be with them, and finally we did get with them. And naturally, we wanted fresh management. We wanted new management, new press people, new agency. Everyone involved in helping us to steer our career in the right direction.
You talk about luck in a lot of the press material. Do you really believe that there is such a thing as luck?
Well, yeah.
Well, there's an element of it, yes.
But it's not so much as timing and pacing yourself as well, and gut instinct, which we have.
All of that with a bit of luck.
All that with a little bit of luck thrown in.
We also believe that things can be preordained. We don't believe that everything
to church.
is just... No, I don't mean that.
The things are meant to happen.
Yeah.
If it's happened for a reason. If something's happened, we go, well, it was meant to happen for some reason or another.
I think we were meant to be to come back, and we believe that ourselves. And
if a man drowns, it means that he shouldn't have been there.
Harry Miller, who you're obviously familiar with, has got a great quote where he says, "Luck is where preparation meets opportunity."
Oh no, luck is where preparation H meets opportunity.
I thought it was.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But you really believe that some of it is out there with the supernatural, with the ESP, with the
It's pretty crowded out there.
There are certain things just the future just is already sort of selected. It sort of falls into place with very little variation.
Can you crystallise on that?
Yeah.
Crystallise.
There are famous people who made tremendous predictions, like Nostradamus or Edgar Casey. Who's
Not Ben Casey.
Not Ben Casey. He didn't make any predictions. He did make one. The show was going to die, and it did.
I met one. So we went down the hall and he said, came up to me and said, "Shift."
Yeah.
So that's
Nice
good.
guy. Hate it.
But the man Nostradamus, 400 years ago, actually named Adolf Hitler and named de Gaulle by every letter of the name. You know, so someone who can see into the future that far, 400 years into the future, 300 years into the future, and name people exactly, you have to come to some sort of conclusion that some things are meant to be. And reading a lot of that matter.
Anything else?
Edgar Casey.
Edgar Casey.
There's a lot of tremendous, gifted seers who have predicted amazing things that have all come true. It's 80% with Nostradamus. So you have to assume that he's not speculating, that he's seeing into the future. And some of those examples are incredible. So for me, I assume that some things are actually meant to be. How can you name someone like Adolf Hitler and only miss one letter 300 years before he existed? Unless you have to come to the conclusion that some things are meant to be. And, anyway.
What was the spelling?
Hister.
It was without the H.
Hister.
It was Hister.
Hister.
Oh, Hister.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
You know, I come to that conclusion that some things maybe,
See, not many
everything.
people know that.
Hister?
Yeah. Well, he actually named de Gaulle. He said de Gaulle would rule 3 times.
He named the two brothers, the Kennedy
He
brothers.
said a man with a nose like Concorde will eventually come to the fore.
And he was right.
Because he also predicted the Concorde.
Yeah.
Great wings will across the
Big
sky.
nose.
Better not.
Really? True story.
Drawings of it. Yeah. And he gave it to Neil Kinnock. And
Yeah, no, he predicted Neil Kinnock. He did
Tony
drawings-
Benn,
no,
he gave
did
it to Tony
drawings
Benn
of
to
Neil
get it
Kinnock.
printed.
He actually did drawings of Neil Kinnock. And then,
Yeah, but they were like little silly ones.
yeah, well, that's what we're talking about.
Let's play some more music, guys. This is U2. You like U2?
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, where are we going to look for this?
It's on the TV set,
Here?
mate. Where are you looking?
What about up there?
No, not on the TV set. U2, where
That's boring. Television. That's it. Everyone expects it to be on television.
the exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
How was that?
Well, tremendous. I mean, certainly wasn't the Barbara Streisand we expected to be working with. We'd expected sort of, a little bit of ego or a few problems. We'd heard rumours, but in fact, Barbara turned out to be the absolute opposite. Very professional, very friendly, and we sort of agreed to agree from the word go. She said, "Allow me to criticise, and I'll allow you to criticise," and we both go at each other from that vantage point, and it was just plain sailing. It was great.
How does something like that come about? Do you contact her, or does she get in touch
no,
with you?
in that respect, Barbara approached us after being at Dodger Stadium. She came to Dodger Stadium to see one of the last gigs on the tour, and 79. And at that point, she'd already requested that we get involved in doing an album with her. And we said yes in principle, obviously, and after the tour we would put it together. But not really expecting something like this to come together, because I mean, working with Streisand was something we didn't expect would happen. We got off the tour and it started to fall together nicely. With the agreements came through, everyone was happy, and we went to work. So it was pretty clear, you know.
Okay, let's have a look at Barbara Streisand and
Oh, you got something on her?
Emotion. Yeah.
Maybe a pair of pants here. We can hang them up there and have a look at them. Jesus, they're
Can't
nice.
use that.
The person who goes out on a tour is making it bigger and better with glass spiders and dancing girls and pet llamas on the road and all sorts of things.
well, people like David Barry and so forth, and Michael being solo artists, it's part of the stage show helps that, to have other kind of things happening with you on stage. But we're not unlike Genesis in the way that we would tour. We just want to present our music. We're not
we'll have some surprises too.
We'll have surprises, but we'll not be basically, jumping around in costumes and things.
Exploding cut-out images of us.
But it'll be a staging ball, but more of lighting rather than special effects and things like that.
We're still playing with it. Still playing with it.
You're not thinking of that big toilet again on the stage.
No, it's thinking. It's all right.
It's been done. It's been done.
the sponsorship seems to go hand in hand with major tours.
Yeah, they're all getting involved. Yeah, from Miller's, the beer, and God knows what, and Pepsi and so on. Yeah, everyone's involved in it. They all want to be a part of the action that's
But
going.
we're at the very beginning of that, so we haven't done any deal yet.
We're doing talks on how the show's going to be right now. Sort of.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll
As
come a
we
day?
speak.
Yeah.
As we speak.
Do you think there'll come a day that it just gets so big and everybody's topping everybody else that suddenly someone will go on the road with like, you know, a small PA system?
Well, you know,
Sure.
I think
Sure, it can be.
yeah, I think down to that is great. But no, I think that bigger and better will always be bigger and better. But you know that Strauss went on the road with 100,000 people. Long before any tours were ever heard
that
of
was
in pop.
2 years ago. Freddie Strauss.
No. Freddie Strauss. This is about, sorry, hitting the mic. This is about 100 odd years ago. He actually took 100,000 people on the road.
Took his own audience with him.
100,000 people.
Yep. 4 sections
We
of
need to put
choir.
an audience with it.
No, that was apart from the audience.
No room for the audience.
And he took
Then where did they put the audience?
20,000, 30,000 with his choir.
3 people came to see him.
I have nothing to do with the box office. I only know.
What did they do? A lot of
What did they do for dressing rooms?
Man was totally fucked.
It was, granted, it was a while before he went in.
Where was the
Granted, it was a while before he went into
But was it
profit. It took time.
Who was the tour manager?
First gig won't raise money, they
They
said.
brought an account at the end of the year and they said, cut at least 80,000.
They used trains. Yeah, it was true.
Right.
But it just shows you that people even in those days thought very big, you know.
Yeah.
Big. Good grief.
Okay. Well, listen, David Bowie's one such act who's currently on the road coming to Australia. So
Yes.
Let's do a David Bowie clip. Never Let Me Down.
Absolutely.
Yes, very well.
Actually, a great record, Never Let Me Down.
Yeah.
In the Bee Gees, guys, thank you for giving us so much
Oh,
time.
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for
It's
having
been
me.
terrific. Good luck with the continued success of the single.
Thank you.
You and Again, and of course the album ESP. Can I ask, I'm sure this is sort of all-consuming at the moment, and planning the tour and everything. Do you have a 10-year plan for the Bee Gees?
Yeah, that's about it. Well, we can't see ourselves being the Bee Gees in our 50s.
But one thing we are going to do, this is not just a one-off, this album and record we have out now, there's going to be others.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be the start of quite a few years of Bee Gees. And also, not just the Bee Gees itself behind the scenes, we're actually expanding. We're getting into record companies, film companies.
We'd like to have a film company and we'd like to make films. And we think that we have the creative capacity between us to do so. We don't think it should be just audio.
Yeah.
And we'll be looking towards that.
That and doing photographs for Hustler on the weekend.
I don't think we'll ever stop writing now. I mean, even as we get older,
I can
we'll
be
always
right
be
for
writing.
Hustler on the weekend.
We can be writing for Hustler.
We can write, we do a hack job for Hustler.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope you don't stop. Continued success, as I said, and thank you again for your time. And I know that one guy who's you've admired the rekindled success.
Oh, Johnny Baby.
Is Mr. Farnham.
Yes,
Yeah, marvellous.
absolutely. Great song, great video.
Probably one of the best vocalists on this planet.
Yeah,
Truth should be said.
Really good.
well, we agree. Thank you, Bee Gees.
Thank you.
And
And here's Johnny.
we're going to leave you with John Farnham.
Here's Johnny.
I didn't want to do that. Yeah.